What am I advocating?
Yes.
I am advocating once you know what your destiny is, once you know what your inheritance is, once you know what your journey is, face whoever you need to face. And the first ask for your information is you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you know we do not ask for what is ours?
Yes.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because you're missing out on what I believe without a doubt are great conversations. And the person and the woman, the amazing woman I'm having a conversation with, is the author of this book. Obviously, she didn't start as an author. It's Esther Muchemi, Give Me My Mountain. Now, this book was launched when?
November 2018.
So it's not a year yet.
No, it's not a year yet.
I'm not even going to waste time. I'm going to go straight to what caught my attention, and then we will talk about why you wrote this book. Because for me, I don't think my exposure of my 30 to 40 amazing women can be done if I also don't equip them with tools. And this book is a tool.
Wow.
And you say, I wrote my story to stir your spirit to the unsettling point. It's not cute. After which you must go after your dream with the ferocity of a lion hunting its prey. You have to rise to the place where you can no longer be discouraged. At that point, the voices of distraction are so faint they cannot be heard because of the volume of your positive thoughts. So, why the book?
It's been a journey. It is not something I woke up one day and decided I'll write a book.
Okay.
One of the reasons is, for example, my pastor kept on asking me, anytime I would meet him, he'd tell me, Esther, I do not believe the wisdom, the knowledge that God has given you and allowed you
to keep it to yourself.
You keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
And I could say, you know, I'll never be a pastor now. What is this challenge that you're giving me?
Yes.
And next time I'll go, he'll tell me the same story. And I'll decide I'm not a pastor. This is it. Then I would go to youth. I like talking to the youth. And I remember one that was on Gong Road. And as I finished my conversation, this young man raises a question and tells me, which books have you written? Because would like to read and to hear more about you. And on that day, the topic was about how do you identify businesses, new ventures.
Yes.
And I told him, oh, that is one of the ways that you can use to identify a new venture.
Yes.
And there comes a book. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to write a book. Then for a long time, I was not on social media.
Yes.
And in 2017, I was being awarded an international award. And my PR guy tells me, you know, madam, people are really struggling to know
find
who you are, to find you and all that. For me to get that award, they had looked for my information for more than 4 months because they could not get it anywhere.
Yes.
And so I started my social media page.
Incidentally, she has a fantastic Facebook page. You need to follow Esther on Facebook. Yeah.
And at that time, I even didn't know what it's all about, but there it was. Then my publisher, who is a Ugandan, she followed me. And then at one point he told me, you know, Esther, I'm not letting you go. We must write a book about you. And I told him, if you think there is something to be done, go ahead.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I gave him permission to search about me, about my speeches, about everything that I have said.
And to put it in a book.
Of course, when he now came with a book, I discovered this book is not anywhere near what I would want to release in the market. And so the language, there's a way I talk, the vocabulary, and I wanted people, when you read the book, I wanted you to feel Esther.
Yes.
You know.
And I think I said this to you when we were getting ready. I loved, so a lot of books would start off, oh, I went to high school here, I went to work here, my mother was no. The first sentence says, successful people are differentiated from the rest of the population by the decisions and choices they make. She gets straight to it.
Right.
And by the way, that got me immediately. Because I was like, okay, page 1. I grew up as a village girl. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that story, but it's not how you get me on chapter 1. Yes.
Yeah. So, and there we are. And
why Ugandan?
One, because he's the one who pushed me.
There you go.
You know,
yes,
to that I'm not letting you go.
Until
you see
we do
the
this.
Power of asking, which you have talked about in the book.
About, yes.
He asked and he demanded, and he was not going to let me go. He needed to bring out the book.
Yes.
Again, remember, my mind was already prepared that one time I want to do the book. So when this right person came and pushed me, it was easy for me to make the decision.
Yes.
But let me tell you, one of the things I've learned from the Ugandans is that they are storytellers.
Oh, yes, they are.
Because they are storytellers, it was so difficult to move from chapter 1 to chapter 2 because the stories in between are just too many.
So you actually, because this book is 157 pages, and the last, I think, couple of pages are actually pictures. Are you telling me you were able to cut it down?
The first book was more than 300 pages, I can tell you. I needed to bring a team. Now, my Kenyan team, thank God, my sisters.
To panel beat the book.
Panel beat it. And also the English. There's a difference in their English and our English. I don't know where that comes from.
Yes.
But there's a difference. So I needed now to marry my English, my way of speaking to what my publisher has come out with. Yes.
So I need to say this. Probably a lot of you remember when Esther launched this book and you thought it's a story about her. It is a story about her journey.
Absolutely.
So this is not an ego trip. If that's what you're worried about, you're thinking, why should I spend my money to read about somebody else's ego trip? There are things here, like being labeled a Dukawala, we have to talk about that. But what I love about chapter 1, I have to say this, is the importance of clarity.
Yes.
Okay? That's a small segment. The power of asking.
Absolutely.
We lose 100% of the opportunities we never ask for. But the importance of clarity. Please talk about that.
Well, I've come to this position where I do believe I will not pursue anything if I don't have clarity. Because I don't want to waste my time, minutes, my hours, chasing something
I don't know.
that I don't know.
Yes. And if it's not for me, it's not for me.
If it's not for me, and I have no apologies for that.
Thank you.
And I want to chase what is mine, not what is somebody else, including, with due respect, my parents. A lot of us are there chasing the dreams
of our parents. Yes.
And for me, right from day one, for some reason, I believed in my greatness. Honestly, I can't answer that because even when I was in school, I still used to tell myself, you know, Esther, you are meant for great things. And at that point, what was my greatness? Getting to position number 1. And that's it. That's how I defined my greatness then.
There you go.
You know what I mean? When I went to work, I started work as an audit trainee, and my salary, I always say, was 4,000 Kenya shillings.
Yes.
But I say I took that 4,000 shillings with a grateful heart because I knew these guys have given me an opportunity to get into the marketplace.
There you go.
There are so many people who are tamaking, but for some reason, I was taken
and
in one
given
of the large
4,000.
audit firms.
Yes.
But I knew this, Caroline.
This was not the end.
This is not the end.
There you go.
Esther, you are meant for greatness. This 4,000, in 3 months, 6 months, we'll triple it. And honestly, we did that.
You did.
Because, again, of clarity of what I want, and not only the clarity of what I want, I have a path. Once I get the clarity, I have a path. I have the steps, the small steps that I need to take to get to there.
I got you. And then the power of asking.
Yes.
First, women don't ask. And even when they ask shingo pande. What's the power of asking?
The power of asking, again, comes from the fact that you have clarity.
Yes.
Of what you want.
Yes.
How you want it. And where you want it.
Can I have a hymn?
Yes.
Amen.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
Once you have that, then you can face someone on the eyes. And let me tell you, the title of the book has come from a story in the Bible of a young, not a very young, a man called Caleb. For 45 years, he knew his mountain.
Yes.
That had been promised to him.
Yes.
But he had other things to do along the way. He had battles to do along the way.
We all do.
But when he finished what he needed to do, he went to Joshua
And said, give me.
give me that mountain
Yes.
that was promised to me. In other words, you are just a steward of my mountain.
Yes.
Now I am demanding it from you. You get where I'm going with that? All of us are created different
Yes.
by God.
Yes.
And God has a purpose for you, has a destiny for you, however defined.
And he has a treasure for you.
However,
Yes.
there are people around you that will hold this destiny for you in one way or
Another.
the other.
Yes.
But unless you learn to ask for it, you'll be meandering like this, and that, like that.
Like the Israelites.
Never getting it
Yes.
because you didn't ask. So what am I advocating?
Yes.
I am advocating once you know what your destiny is, once you know what your inheritance is, once you know what your journey is, face whoever you need to face. And the first ask for your information
Yes.
is you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you know we do not ask for what is ours?
Yes.
I still meet people who remember that ages ago, I shared my short prayer. And I say this every day, maybe sometimes twice a day. Oh, that you will bless me indeed.
Absolutely.
And increase. Yes. That mine. You've got to ask for what is yours.
Yes.
But people think, what a strange prayer. And, God is probably thinking, it's here, but you haven't asked for it, so I'll get on and do something else.
Yes. So you need to speak to yourself.
Yes.
And ask yourself, you assume
What do you want?
Esther is somebody else. We're
Yes.
talking to that Esther
Yeah.
who is there.
What do you want?
And tell Esther, you know what? You have to liberate me to go to what my destiny is.
Yes.
That's me. Imagine I'm talking to myself.
Yes.
After that, if you are employed, you have to be able to face your boss.
And say, release me.
Release what is mine.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
I get you.
Colleagues, release what is mine.
mine.
For example, there's something I tell my staff oftentimes, and it also played in my life. I decided I'll never ever quit a job because of somebody who is not my employer. You get. How many of us get frustrated?
And it's like, I don't like that girl. I don't like that person.
And there you are.
And then you're like, I'm leaving.
Yes. In the marketplace, same thing.
Yes.
I'm not going to leave my territory because of other people. I'll fight until I get what is mine. And my journey
Your
has
mountain.
been about those fights
Yes.
and not giving up.
Because, by the way, every day there's somebody who makes you think you should.
Yeah. And let me go back to what I said, that I believed in my greatness. Anytime, Caroline, you threaten my greatness, there'll be an action.
Okay. I think you all need to go grab some water. Don't take anything stronger. Take a moment and come back, because when we come back, I want Esther to talk about chapter 2, and then I will jump to chapter 8 for a reason. However, I need to just quote this from Esther herself, and she says, success requires courage. It is not for cowards. If this is not for you, then it's not for you. Yeah. Don't feel that you must comment below this video and say, ay, lakini, analeta joto. Success is not for cowards. Subscribe and come back if you dare.